Just create it. Because as I told, for each code, I mean, for each coding, we have to use the different packages. So if you are clear with that, then it is easy for you to go through the next slides or else to modify your document. Am I clear, everyone? Okay, let us just discuss about the figures now. So all this document class, everything is clear, right? So the exercise which I have given, that if you would have done in a new document, then that will be useful for you to just whenever you will get the doubts, you'll just go back to that particular document and you can check whether you have done correct or not. So that's why I'm just making you to do the different sheets for or different documents for each session so that it will be helpful for you. Okay. So next we'll wrap up the or else we will do the so same here. Like you can use the okay, normal, I'm just giving some content so that it will be like we can keep the figures wherever we want. So this is just single section we have taken that we have represented with the introduction part. Okay. So I haven't done anything. So simply the normal document I've taken and I have introduced the some like what we say, some document, some section we have included. So now we have to include the figure. So how to include the figure? So for that we have the code, sorry, begin figure. So by default, it will give all this coding. So slash begin figure. So when you, that is the use with the overlap. So if you wanted to include any figure or table or anything, some sample code it will give. In that you have to do the modifications. Okay. So some figure, for example, if I wanted to show some figure here, first of all, I have to upload that in that my document. So in this document, we don't have any figures existing, right? So for that, we can use this upload button. You can see here. Is it clear, everyone? So you can see this upload button. So before this home icon, like I mean, after this home icon, we have this upload button. So whatever we'll upload, that will be uploaded in this particular document. We can even upload the files which are existing and which are useful for your document and all. Okay. So I'm just uploading. You can upload any figure. So you will be having some figures in your folder, right? Or else in your system, you just upload any figure. So some figure I have uploaded. Okay. So the name of the figure is untitled.png. So here the in this code, you can see this code, this slash begin figure code. So the here figure we have been included and then centering. So the alignment by default we have given is centering and include graphics. So in this graphics, we have to give the figure name. So which figure you wanted to include, that you have to give the name. And the caption. Caption is some sample figure. Any caption you can give. But usually in papers, when we include the paper, for that, like the captions will be like architecture of the proposed work or as the proposed methodology or the analysis of the proposed work. All those you'll write, right? That caption you have to include this slash caption keyword. And label is nothing but you can give any label like F1, F2. As I told earlier, when we refer the sections, so if you wanted to refer any particular section, first of all, that must be labeled using any name. So that labeled name you can use for referencing that one. Same here, I have given label as F1. So this is figure 1. So whenever I wanted to refer this particular figure, I can use this label name. So by default, whatever the numbering has been given, that will come. Okay, so its size is too much. So that's why it went to the next page. So the size is too much. In that case, you can modify the size also. You can See this width is equal to some 5 inches. So then will come like this. See, this is the document and the alignment which we have used is center alignment, right? So that's why the figure has been shown like this. So this is the figure. When you click on this, the figure which you have been included, that will be shown like this. Fine, everyone? So this is for, even you can change the width. Width and height also you can include. For example, this is the normal by default height it has taken. If I want to include more height, then I can also give like 3 inches. Or else if I wanted to reduce the height, that also I can represent with this. So the height has been modified. If the space is not sufficient, it directly goes to the next page. So don't worry about it. Okay. You just concentrate how to include the figure and how to modify its width and height. So simply we have used after slash include graphics, you have to add this one. So this you can manipulate like based on your requirement, you can modify it to anything. 1 inch also I can take height. So you can see the height has been modified. Height has been modified and width also instead of 5 inches, you can also include 3 inches. So based on the requirement and based on the page space and all, you can modify the figure. And here, whatever the caption we have written, sample that has been came here, and the figure numbering. See here, we didn't give any numbering, but by default it has taken number 1. So like that, if I'll include multiple figures, the numbers will be like that. So it will give the number 1, number 2 like that. Okay. Fine, everyone. See here. Can you see any difference? In previously the figures have been figures have been normally represented in the places. So see here. So here this is the figure. So by default these figures are placed at the bottom of the page. So this is the bottom of the page. If I wanted to place the figure after this particular content, I just want after this. So this you can see this paragraph, right? So after this paragraph, I want the figure. In that case, you can use the positioning keyword HT. Positioning labels we have HT, B, and T. HT is to represent here. That means here after this particular content, I want the figure here. And the second figure by default, it has represented in bottom of the page. Here also, if I use the here, HT, then after that particular figure, it will come. See. Fine, everyone. Placing. This is the positioning of figures. So how to position the figure? Either top of the page or else bottom of the page or else here after that particular content. All those you can mention. So here you can see one more thing, positioning is top of the page. Already in this particular page, top side, we have the content. So we cannot keep the figure top side. So that's why it has come to the next page and in the top, it has been represented the figure and next figure has been represented after that. So like this, we have different positionings. So this is about sample figure representation. Normally, it will be kept in center alignment. It will be represented like this. Okay. So the package, see. So this is the code for that. So for this, you have to use the package graphics. I mean, if we haven't used also, it will by default come because by default graphics package is required for all figures, inserting images and all it is required. Okay. So the package you have to use is graphics and it has to be begin with the begin figure keyword and it should be ended with end figure keyword. And in between you have to write the codes like simply the positioning, whether it is center aligned alignment we have written here, aligned center alignment or not. If we'll remove this one, then by default in that particular document, whatever the alignment is there, it will be represented like that. And then we have to include the figure. That figure details we have to give, right? So for that, you have to use slash include graphics and width and height. This is optional. If you won't give width and height, by default, that particular document, whatever the width and height is there, it will take that. And this is the figure name. Whatever the figure name you have uploaded, that figure name you have to give here. And the caption for that particular figure and labeling. Labeling is used for referencing that wherever we require. Fine, everyone. This is very simple code for figure. And in this braces, like in this square brackets, you have to include the positioning, like whether here or top of the page or bottom of the page, all those you have to represent in that. Fine, till here. Any doubts? If you have any doubts, just let me know so that otherwise we'll continue. Any doubts, Ma, here? Okay, so if you don't have any doubts, then I'll move forward. Then we also have one more option called wrap figure. Usually when we share the content, the figure will be along with the content, right? So in that case, how to write? So how to wrap the figure? That also we'll see. So for that, I can use the okay, fine. And then for figure wrapping, so you have to use the package wrap figure where the figure will be wrapped along with the. So you have to use this wrap figure package. So after that, you just write down the code, like even figure, including the figure, like we have to, the figure which we wanted to wrap, that you have to include. See here, have the wrap figure. We have to end and close in this. And after wrap figure, you have to check whether it is right aligned or left aligned or anything. And then how much space it has to occupy. So 0.5 slash, like if overall text width is some usually text width will be represented as I mean the value as 100%. If the text width is 100%, in that 50% we are wrapping it with the figure. Next, you can include the figure. So for that, you have to use the slash include graphics. Again, with width and hello, I'm getting disturbance. Hello, hello. I think someone. Okay, okay, fine. So include the figure name. So the single figure we have this one. So again, you can give the caption, or else you can simply like we'll check whether how it works. Okay. So here the problem is like figure size is too much, so I just represent it as a width is equals to 0.3. Slash text width. See here. Is it clear? So these are the normal figures we have included. Now, if I wanted to wrap it up with the text, then I can use this one slash 45 or something. So here, what we have done in wrapping figure wrapping, what we have done initially. So first we have taken a figure and that we have wrapped along with the text. So it will come in the text. So it is right alignment. Otherwise, you can also represent like a left side. If I want the figure at left side, then it will be like this. So right side or left side. Fine, everyone. So for this, if you wanted to add the figure along with the text, then you have to use the keyword wrap figure. So for this, you have to use the package wrap fig slash use package wrap fig. Without this package, it will not work. So this is only for wrapping figures, but by using this package, the subfigures thing and all will not work. So if you wanted only wrapping figure and including normal figures along without any subfigures and all, you can use this one. Otherwise, you have to use the packages, some other packages you have to use. Fine, everyone. Any doubt here? This is very important because wrapping figures will not work in many cases, because if you forgot to include the package, or else if you forgot to write the code properly, then it will not work. And in this code also you can see here, after wrapping figure you have to take two braces. In first braces you have to represent the positioning, whether right side or left side where you wanted to keep the figure. And then what is the space you are giving for that? 0.5 is nothing but overall text width. Let us consider this is overall text width, right? So in this text width, 0.5%, nothing but 50% I'm assigning for the figure, or else I can also reduce it to 0.3. Okay. So in overall text width, so here again the figure width should not exceed this 0.3. So in that entire 0.3, if I'm including, then it will be like this. See. So here I've given more space for the text and 0.3 space for the figure. And here you can also include the caption slash caption. So whatever the caption you wanted to give, figure. So that caption will also come here. This is representing figure along with the text. I hope you understand. So if you have any doubts regarding this, just ask me now itself, because after that we are going to discuss about the subfigures. How to include subfigures and all that I'm going to discuss. Fine, everyone? Okay then. If you wanted to note down, you just note down. Otherwise, take screenshot of it, because afterwards it will be difficult. Okay, then fine. So I'll go for the subfigures then. Shall I start subfigures? Okay.
Yes,
So this is about the figures and wrapping up the figures. And then you can see this slides. Next, positioning images, as I told you earlier. So we can position the images either using H or HT. T is for positioning at the top of the page and B is for positioning at the bottom of the page. And then we will be having the caption and then label name. And we can also label it and we can also refer it. So we'll see how to label it. So for example, it has been labeled, let us say slash label. So slash label some SF1 sample figure one something. So if I wanted to refer this one as in figure slash, you just refer that particular label. Here we have given SF1, so I'm just referring that one. So directly that will reflect in the code. You can see that. So see here in this figure as in figure one, because here I haven't given any numbering. Figure one, and next we have given figure two, right? That also we can refer. Ref refer, sorry, slash refer F1. Fine, everyone. So here you can see figure 1 and 3. So F1 we have given for the figure 1 and 3. So that has been referred here. I think same reference we have given. So that's why. So figure 1, 2, and this is the 3. So we can also refer the third figure also. Am I clear how to label the figure and how to refer the figure? This is figure labeling. Shall I continue? Shall we go for the next slide? So, for explaining the sub figures, I'm just removing this wrap figure option because it will give the errors. Fine. If you wanted to use the wrap figure, then you have to use either figure or else normal wrapped figure. But sub figure, for the sub figure, you have to use the package sub caption. Sub caption you have to use, and then we will write the code for sub figures. This is for normal coding and normal figures and all. So after some content, it will write, then it will looks good, and you can also understand it clear. So for sub figures also the code is almost like same, but we are just adding in a single row multiple figures, right? So in that case, you have to simply modify some content, or else you have to modify the code. So again, for that slash begin figure, you have to begin with the figure. Okay. So in this, I'm just removing this. You just concentrate how we are writing the sub figure. So in the figure itself, we are writing the sub figure. Okay. So next you can first you can align the figures in either centering or left or no. If you won't give the centering, then it will align somewhere. So now we have to divide that space for the sub figures. So slash begin sub figure. Okay. So you have to begin subfigure and you have to end it, and in between, similarly. So if you are writing or if you are including a subfigure, then how much space you are giving for that, that also you have to include, because usually we will be having the text width, right? Slash text width. In this overall text width, how much space you are giving for that particular subfigure? Let us say we will include two figures, so 50% space I'm giving for the first figure and 50% space for the second figure. Okay. So the same code, like whatever you write, the same thing you can copy for the next subfigure also. So slash include graphics. So now we have next, yeah, slash include graphics. If you wanted to write any width is equals text width or something that you can represent. If the figure is out of what we say, if figure size is more, then you have to include slash text width or the width you have to represent. Otherwise, by default, it will take some width. So here you can include the figure. Fine. Here also, you can give the caption. For each subfigure also, we can give the caption. This is optional. If you wanted to give the caption, you can give the caption. Otherwise, subfigure 1. This is my caption, and also you can represent the label. You can label it. For example, if I wanted to refer that one, then I can use this label name. Okay. Then end subfigure. And next, similarly, the same code you can copy for the second subfigure. But in between, for example, 0.5, 0.5 we have taken. If in between any space is there, then that will be filled with H fill. So this H fill also very important to fill the remaining space in between. Okay, so here 0.5, the figure size is too much, so I just reduce it to 0.3 and 0.3. See, you can see here. So based on the figure size, you have to change this particular width of that particular, like how much space you are giving for that particular figure. Everything you have to change based on this. Fine, everyone. This is the sub figure one, and overall caption also you can give. So here we have completed the sub figures. Now I wanted to give the caption for overall figure. Then I can use the again caption in this full figure or something overall. So that name you can give here. See, this is the subfigure 3A and 3B. This is the overall caption. And for this also, you can give the label. So that you can you can either refer the only subfigure or else you can refer with the F figure. So something full figure. So that's why I've just given the name. Clear everyone? This is how we will be representing sub figures. In place of this, if you wanted to represent three figures in a single row, that also you can do. Same thing, you just copy it. Okay, you can do it. If the size is too much, then it will not fit in single line. Yeah, see. So see here, what is the difference you observe? So here I have included H fill, but here I haven't included H fill. So that's why these are not came in a proper way. So you can, so that's why it's to position it properly, you have to use H fill so that all these are represented or properly aligned. Clear everyone? So like this, we can include 4 or 5 figures also, but it should not exceed the text width. Am I clear? For example, if I've given size like this 0.4, 0.4, and 0.4, then what happens if it is not fit in the line? Then it will come to the next line. You can see here. So usually some figures will be of huge size. In that case, you can also represent the size figures like this. So this representation will come only by changing this particular width. How much width you wanted to give for that particular figure. Based on that, either these will be represented like this or like this. Am I clear, everyone? Including the figures, wrapping of figures and sub figures. So this is about sub figures, which we have seen earlier. Or yeah, the code sub caption. So you have to remember that you have to use the package called sub caption. And this is like what we have written now. And same, the sub figures also you can position by using the positioning variables, either H, B, or T. So like this, we can include any number of sub figures. These subfigures I have given some labels, right? Subfigure 1 and this is subfigure 2. This is subfigure 3. And this I can as in, I can also refer this as in figure. No, sorry, this is after in document. Slash in before ending the document, we have to write. If we'll write anything after slash in document, then it will not work. So slash ref, you can refer as in figure F1 or so like this. You can refer those figures wherever you want. So sorry, this figure is not there. It's a one that wrapped figure we have removed, right? So that's why it's showing error. Instead of that, you can give simply F1 or 1. So these are the labels we'll use for, yeah, you can see here. As in figure 2 and 1, all those have been represented. See. So these references we have given here as in figure 3, 3A, 3B. So these are the labels for the subfigures. So like this, we can refer the figures or the content, even the sections or anything by using the label and referencing slash refer slash ref commands. Fine, everyone. So this is about figures and subfigures. You try with this also we have tried. So only thing is if you wanted to fit only 2 figures in that particular page or in that particular row, then you have to increase the size. That's it. So this is also we have discussed. So three figures also we can like that. Four also we can include. This is text wrapping, so which we have discussed at first. So we can wrap the text along with this. But the only thing is, this text wrapping will not work with existing like the sub caption. So for that, text wrapping is different. All those we have to discuss. I mean, all those we have already discussed. Any doubts in these figures? How to position figure and everything? So subfigures like this, we can include any number of subfigures in a single figure. Like the single figure can be divided into multiple subfigures. But for that, you have to remember only thing is like it has to be represented by using the package subcaption. Otherwise, it will show the error. You can see how it shows the error. So this subfigure thing is not did not work. Previously, the subfigures represented like that, but now it is showing error for all the subfigures only because of that particular package. So all this, whatever the functions we are using, these are already predefined in few packages. If you'll not use those packages, these functions will not work. Fine, everyone. So that everybody has to remember. If it is showing any error, the only thing is either you would have not used any required package or else you would have done any mistake in writing code. See here also it is showing the error because SF1, that figure we have given, that label we have given for the wrapping figure, but we have removed that, right? So that's why it is showing the error. Or else it will show the warnings. So all those you have to check. So when you submit the LaTeX paper or LaTeX code to the any journal or conference, it should be of free from errors. Otherwise, they will send it back. Without sending it to the reviewer, they simply reject your paper also. So that's why coding, this LaTeX coding is very, very important. So whatever, if you have done any mistake anywhere, automatically it will shows the errors. So here also we have the logs and output files. If any errors are there, see initially we had SF1, so for that it is not undefined like that it is showing. If any undefined references are there, that also will be shown here. All the errors will be shown in this particular icon. So after recompile, we have this icon. In this, you can see whatever the errors you have and where exactly it is there. The page number, everything will be shown here. You can see in page number, sorry, in line number 38, it is showing the error. So in 38, we have used the SF1. The figure is not available. So that's why it has shown that particular error. So see this. After this, no error is there. Everything is fine. Like that. Fine. Any doubts? Any doubts do you have? Okay, this is about the figures. So similarly, you can even leave the space and you can include the subfigures using this. So with this, the figures and the basic concepts we have been completed, and then we will be having the mathematical expressions. But before that, if you have any doubts, just let me know so that we will discuss on this mathematical expressions, and after that we will be having, yeah. So next we will be having, so figure insertion positioning is completed, and next will be having mathematical expressions, tables, how to fix the tables and all. Okay. Any doubts till this? You have to be very careful with these things like the basic concepts.